football fans, to the Season 6 finale of 3 and Out right here on iSports Radio, your directory for all night of sports. Sorry about that, y'all. I guess my computer kind of clipped that last part. Thank you, computer. But anyway, with that said, welcome everybody. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful Super Bowl Sunday, because I certainly did. First things first, I want to thank everybody for the birthday wishes. My birthday was 7 days ago. Actually, 6 days ago. On February 1st, and I'm still getting love, so I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for showing me birthday love. For the entire week, seriously, it means a lot. So, as I always say, God gave me an incredible gift on my birthday every year, either on, right before, or right after my birthday, the Super Bowl. So, since 2004, that's what it's been, since the league has gone to 32 teams, and I've loved it ever since. So, with that said, what a game, right? How about that game? And shall I say, how about them Chiefs? My gosh. What a damn game. You couldn't script this kind of stuff, y'all. As I said yesterday on the defining moment, in the first half, the tale of two quarters. Literally to the T. And then, in the second half, in the first half, it was a tale of split quarters to the T. And then, in the second half, it was a tale of two quarters. And the biggest, baddest quarter won. And you know, when you play high school football, it's something you hear, or I'm sure when you play younger, I never played younger, but when you play at the younger levels, and even to the older levels, I'm sure, I did play in the NCAA as well, playing semi-pro now, so you always hear fourth quarter. It's all about that fourth quarter. And boy, oh boy, did the Chiefs not execute a beautiful fourth quarter. My gosh, it was incredible. This game was about as nasty as it got. And I love it. Every bit of this game, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. One more applause, because there we go. The 2019/20 Super Bowl 54 champions. You are tuned in live to the Season 6 finale of 3 and Out right here on iSports Radio, your directory for all that is sports. Welcome, y'all. What's going on? Welcome. Y'all know the drill. How is it going, y'all? My gosh, what a season. I am really bummed. I'm actually really bummed that the season's coming to a close, or came to a close. I mean, for us, for sure, it came to a close here on 3 and Out, and I'm just really bummed that that's it. I mean, I missed the days where the Pro Bowl was after the Super Bowl, because at least, the game's a little tougher, I think, and we had one more game at least at the end of it, and everybody participated from every team. I'm not really feeling the whole, they want the Super Bowl as the last game of the year type of deal. I really like the Pro Bowl at the end. At least it was something kind of cool at the end of it. But whatever. With that said, I'm just, man, this is always such a tough time. It is, y'all. It's a tough day. It's a tough, the Super Bowl is so bittersweet, because I love football so much, and it just hurts when it leaves. But it's crazy. I'm that crazy dude. Okay, just being real. I am that crazy dude that starts counting down days to the Hall of Fame game. Okay, and I know many of you who listen to the show for the last 6 seasons, or maybe last couple of seasons, however long you've been listening to this show, you always know that I love to say this on the finale. Usually, at least I think I've said it, and I've said it probably throughout the season on every show I am on. But I'll tell you right now, I start counting down days to the Hall of Fame game. Some people, what's the preseason? It's the preseason. You don't get it. You're probably one of those casual fans, and that's fine. I'm an actual fan, like a true diehard. I love football, so I don't really care who is on the field playing. It is professional football, and I love it, and I'm going to enjoy it. And I'm more of a college guy anyway, so I love watching the youngsters earning their spot. I love seeing all kinds of great stuff in the preseason. The Hall of Fame game was just the kickoff of that, and I love the Hall of Fame game. So we have 181 days to go until the Hall of Fame game. I am just... I'm so ready for that. I really am. I'm so excited for the Hall of Fame game, and it's just a game that I want to be able to get here as soon as I can. I don't want to rush things, of course. I mean, kind of cool. In August, I graduate with my master's on the 20th, so, I mean, that's going to be a great thing. My mom's birthday is in August. My father, may he rest in everlasting peace, his birthday was in August. I got a lot of things happening in August. August is a great month. And then, of course, football returns in August. So this show will be returning right around there. I believe this show will actually return, I want to say, where are we at? Okay, so 8 divisions in 8 days, right before the preseason. This show will actually be returning on July 20th, so be ready, because we're going to be doing the usual. This year, the AFC one. Again, so we're going to start out with AFC week. Mark your calendars, y'all. Mark them, because here we go. So, July 20th is the return of 3 and Out. We're going to be doing 8 divisions in 8 days. You know the drill. We go through every division, and we just go from there. So we go every division, and we, this year I'm going to do something, I just thought about something, I'm going to do it a little different. Usually I go AFC North, West, East, South. I've done it in that order for a long time, because I used to document, like, all my stuff on Madden when I was younger and used to play it, and that's the way I used to write down the divisions. But, of course I put West, like, way up first, because, like, it's my coast, so, that's where I live, so, but this year I think what I'm going to start doing is putting whoever won that year, whoever won the Super Bowl, I'm going to go with that division to start off to start off 8 divisions in 8 days. So, mark your calendars, y'all. Here we go. I'm going to do this off the top of my head. Here we go. So, July 20th will be, training camp will be starting right around there. On 27th, somewhere right around there. I don't know. Check in, 23rd, 24th, somewhere around anywhere. But anyway, so, the 20th, once again, July 20th will be the AFC West. We'll be covering all AFC West teams in the 3-hour period coming up. After that, it will be, next up will be the, let's see here. I'm going to stick in that order, but just go, I think that's a cool idea. Stick in that order, like that, the North, West, East, South, for nostalgic purposes, for my old Madden days, playing franchise and all that. And then I'm just going to put the other division first, and yeah, sounds like fun. So the West, which usually was on a Tuesday, I'm going to put that on a Monday. Then the AFC North will be on July 21st. The AFC East will then be on July 22nd. And the AFC South will be on July 23rd. Then we'll take ourselves a break on Friday, come back. July 27th, we'll go back to the regular order. The NFC North being on the 27th. The NFC West will be on the 28th. The NFC East will be on the 29th. And the NFC South will be on the 30th. So that's what it's going to sound like. Well, it's going to look like for 8 divisions in 8 days. And the very next week is when we'll go ahead and get into the Hall of Fame game, have some fun with that, and all that good stuff. So that's pretty much that. That's how it's going to go. And then after that will be one show a week. Back to Wednesday nights on the 5th, the 12th, the 19th, and the 26th. And then back, that's it. And then we start, I believe kickoff is September 3rd. And we'll go from there, and then every Wednesday. So here we go, y'all. It's time to say goodbye. Sucks, but don't trip. We're gonna be back, though. I mean, for those of you who follow this show, we will be back for the Combine. Of course, I'll have plenty of notes from the Senior Bowl and lots of great stuff there, and the other bowl games as well. The what are there? The NFLPA Bowl as well as the Shrine Bowl. So we have lots of notes from there and lots of players who I'm looking at and all kinds of mock drafts, and join the IA Sports Radio family. I'm going to be inviting a lot of everybody there. So we're going to have some fun with that. So that'll be coming up, right? We're going to have a pre-combine show, and then a post-combine show, and then we're going to have a pre-draft show and a post-draft show. And I think the draft is on the 30th this year. I don't know, April 30th, maybe May 7th. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, so we're going to have our shows right around there. So 4 off-season shows pretty much, and then after that, after the draft show, that's it. We're not back until July 20th. So nice little break for us. Bummer, but hey, at least we get the XFL, right? So I'm excited for that. And we are going to I'll be bringing that show to you in about actually 2 hours time right now, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. The XFL is coming your way. It's going to be a heck of a show. We're having fun. Rolling solo today. No Martine today, but we're going to have some fun, and it's going to be coming up today right at you. Be talking lots of XFL, and it's going to be a lot of fun because I can talk about the players who kind of, I guess, maybe slipped through the cracks or need another chance to get back into the NFL. I don't know, but I'm really excited for this show. Really, really am. So that's going to be how it's going to look today. Coming up. By the way, big shout out to Mr. Gabriel Montoya, man. The dude's the real deal. He had a great show. If you didn't catch it, the Soccer Scoreboard show, Mr. Gabriel Montoya. Wait, I love how he says it, man. He's a great guy, but super cool cat, and I'm really glad that he was, able to go live today. The dude's the real deal, and he's super fun to have around, and on the iSports Radio team, so awesome impersonation of Bernie Sanders. He's the real deal, man. He's like master of impression. Great job today by Mr. Gabriel Montoya once again. The dude's the real deal, and I'm so glad, like I said, he showed us today. This is the second of 5 shows, by the way. So everybody out there listening, yes, this is it. We have 3 more shows today after this, and it's literally back to back to back to back. This show right now, it'll be ending in about a good 45 minutes, around 50 minutes around there. And then 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time, we have Last Call Sports Podcast. That's coming up with RJ and Luke Frink, talking Midwestern region sports there. I mean, hey, the Chiefs are in the Midwest, so they're going to have fun talking about that. And then we're going to have Goal Line Stand with me. I'll be back in an hour after the show, talking XFL. And then tonight, to end the 5-show day we have, will be the Wild West Sports Podcast, our Western regional show, with Mr. Brandon Buckingham and Mr. Matt Haynes, talking lots of West Coast sports, and of course, all kinds of sports. So anyway, with that said, so that is pretty much that, and that's how our day is going to look here at IA Sports Radio, and well, there you have it. So anyway, it has been a great weekend. I've been saying on every show in the chat rooms, I am drooling. I'm still drooling over the halftime show. I am so happy and so proud and just so, I'll tell you what, it's the first time in my life I've ever said that the halftime show was actually, number one, worth watching. And the next thing is definitely not just worth watching, but just I loved it. And yeah, whatever. I'm a little biased. I can't help it, but it is what it is, man. Big day for the Latinas, man. Yes. Hey, look, I'm a proud Latino American. And you know what? It was a huge day. It was a huge day for Latinos, for sure, in the Super Bowl. And of course, that Super Bowl, that halftime show, like I said, I'm still drooling. I've been in love with Shakira since I was like a teenager in my early years, and I still am. And it's really sweet. I had no idea that her birthday was her birthday. And my birthday was the day before, even though she's, got me by a few years, but it's all good. She's still amazing, and her husband is one lucky dude. So anyway, with that said, guys, and I've always said that. So with that said, that is going to do it, and we're going to jump right on in now. We're going to bring in our guests. I think I got them both on here right now. Let me go ahead and set everything up and turn up their volume, and I will introduce them right away. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, to recap the Super Bowl, and seriously, just to show, this is a Chiefs rally, y'all, and that's what I'm going to do that's what it's kind of been the last couple of years, and that's what I just really want to do for the last show, the finale, the season finale of 3 and Out every year. I just want it to be all about that team. And you know what? Gloat. I don't give a crap. Gloat, enjoy, because you earned it. This is your team. This is the team that you go to battle with every Sunday, that you put your jersey on and sit in front of the TV, or put your jersey on and go somewhere and sing, with your boys, or your girls, just saying, if you watch ball, no matter what, the ladies, or you go to the stadium with. I'm serious. Like, football, for the true diehards, which is what this show is for. Hey, casual fans, you're always welcome. But the true diehards, this is it. You won. This is it. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, bring it on in. I'm so glad to have these guys here, man. One of them has been with me all season long on this show. I feel like every time we've needed the Chief, and he's been here I think once. This guy is all over it. Super diehard. And the other, well, I just met him a week ago, and I'm glad I did. This guy's the real deal. And I'm so bummed because I just asked the third Musketeer a couple, like literally 30 minutes ago because I couldn't find his hashtag or his handle on Twitter, and, well, I'm bummed because I'm pretty sure busy, but at least we got 2 of the 3, so my apologies to you, Mr. Derek. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to bring them on in. Welcoming up first, I mean, it wouldn't be a season finale with the Chiefs winning without this guy. I'm so glad he's able to be free. Well, he's free today for the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go for the final time of season 6 here on 3 and Out. And, well, that means his team is victorious. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the biggest Chiefs fans you will ever meet. He is the host of Chop Talk, as well as Destroy the World. How about that? And he also writes, and I love what he says here on his Twitter account, semi-funny articles for Arrowhead Guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings me great pleasure to bring this dude back on the show to gloat and say whatever the hell he wants to say because he earned it, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, Mr. David Friedman. What's going on, David? How you doing today, brother?
What's going on? Hey, I caught the last end of your monologue there. I gotta raise you one. Shakira, definitely on my top list when I was younger. J-Lo, I mean, you weren't growing up in America if you didn't slather a little bit over her, but I raised you Selma Hayek. I think Selma's got to sit on the pinnacle of that whole Mount Rushmore of beautiful Latino women, man.
Selma Hayek. David, I'm gonna have to.
Come on, man! From dusk till dawn. Let's go, man.
I'm gonna have to go to the restroom.
The shower can't be cold enough for that one.
Gosh damn it, David! Son of a bitch!
Dogma. I mean, she's the only reason I've watched Wild Wild West more than one time. Okay, she is top notch.
Oh, what a guy, man! Ladies and gentlemen, once again, he does never disappoint. Once again, David Friedman. I'm so glad to have you on here today, brother. And of course, joining us as well, he's also a writer, a contributor for the Arrowhead Guys. And overall, man, he is the real deal. Like, he's such a gosh damn diehard. Like, in the debate last week, I love because he was like okay, David was like the knockout punch power guy. Derek was like the super duper stat, and I'm gonna make you look dumb with stats. And then Tony was the stinger, like quick and dirty, but explosive. Like, it was awesome. I mean, so ladies and gentlemen, welcoming back here. And once again, another contributor for the Arrowhead Guys. Without further ado, all the way from the place that Kansas City calls home, Missouri. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Tony Summer. What's going on, Tony? How you doing today, brother?
Nothing much. That's right. I am in Missouri, no matter what Donald Trump says. We are in the state.
Wow!
Well said, Tony. Well said.
Well said. You guys crack me up. So, without further ado, you know what? Gosh damn it, gloat. David, go ahead, man. Anything you want to say, just, oh God, I shouldn't have said that. But, David, man, for sure, dude, what's going on, man? The moment that damn buzzer hit 0, how are you feeling, man? Tell us all about your experience in the bowl.
Well, besides ugly crying pretty fiercely, there's actually videos of how we celebrated that victory online. I mean, everybody at the house just exploded. My sons exploded. It was good. It was absolutely great. Now, obviously, what I'm about to say wasn't the first thing on my mind, but it had weighed a little heavily. I have been on this show for, 4 months or so, coming on talking Chiefs with everybody, and I have been putting on the shit-talking mask, okay, if there's a lack of a better word, and I have done nothing but poke fun at other teams and make fun of the people that were there to represent them, and you have no idea the weight is lifted from my shoulders when we actually ended up winning the whole thing, and I didn't have to come back here with my tail tucked, all right? That was a great feeling. I do get to say to all those people that I got a chance to talk to, the ones that I got under their skin, the ones that probably hate me, have a voodoo doll of me, and have been, poking it with needles for the last 4 months or so. I do want to say it was all in fun. Now we can reset again this coming year and go again. But no, that victory was the greatest thing ever. Pat Big Dick Mahomes, I had to say that. It was a request, all right, on Twitter. I got to give him that. That man is absolutely one of the best quarterbacks in the league, obviously, but I think going forward for the next decade, if you look at his resume now, the man has won a league MVP, He's won a Super Bowl MVP, an All-Pro MVP. There's no greater start to a season for a quarterback in the history of the NFL. And that is actually a statistical fact. Mr. Tony, the guy who is 10 times smarter than me, would probably back me up on that. Tony, am I right on that?
That's right. I actually had an article go out today on that Mahomes is just inches away from being a Hall of Fame lock already. He's played 2 seasons, won an MVP, and won a Super Bowl. And I went through all the all the Hall of Fame quarterbacks out there, and I found that if you won a combined 3 Super Bowls and MVPs, then you are a Hall of Fame lock. No quarterback has ever won a combined 3 MVPs and Super Bowls and not made the Hall of Fame. So he is just one more season like this away from being a Hall of Fame lock.
Hey, Tony, did you like that seamless transition there, brother?
That's right.
That was awesome. Guys, I'll tell you right now, I honestly... there's no way that I can disagree with you. And for anybody out there who wants to hate, please hate away. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, as many of you know, I am a diehard, and I'm talking about diehard Chief, Bronco, and Charger hating Raider fan. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm also a football fan and a football player for many years, and I not only give credit where credit is due, but I'm always happy for the winner no matter what. So gentlemen, I don't give a crap about the rivalry can go out the damn window. You guys were the best team in football all year long. You continue to prove you guys beat the hell out of us. You guys made records against us in one game this year. It was hilarious. I mean, I think you guys scored the most points.
Don't worry, we did it against the Texans too, so you're not the only one, all right? But you know what, Larry? You know what, the thing that I found out, at least on social media over these last few days, yeah, all of our rivals, obviously, none of them are happy. None of them are out there like, all right, let's put our hands together for the Chiefs. I get that. I wouldn't do it if y'all won either. But I have noticed this. On social media platforms, our division rivals are more accepting of us winning the Super Bowl than a bunch of chowder-snorting fans up in Boston, who apparently have tried every single playoff game to make it about them except for the one where they lost to a running back team, which I find a little bit funny. What's that thing they always say, Tony? The thing that they think that they coined, rent-free, something like that? There is a man who literally went and made a 22-minute video on YouTube about how the Chiefs were given the Super Bowl, wrote articles about it, has done all this about it, and his team hasn't played in, damn, Tony, you might have to do the math for me again, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks? It's incredible how much hate that we get from New England, but you know what? I, for one, embrace that hate, because that means you made it. Man, when Michael Jordan was starting to come up, when he was coming up in the game, people hated him. That's how you knew he made it. When LeBron was in the game, people hated him. That's how you knew he made it. When Tiger was coming up in the game, when nobody hated him because white people would have been, thought they'd been pegged racist, so they couldn't say anything about a black golfer taking over the sport. People out there probably didn't like him, but he made it, man. They were the best of what they did. And right now, he is sitting on the pinnacle of that mountain, and I welcome the hate. I was almost kind of hoping this was going to be a roast session where you brought on one person from each one of these other teams from the playoffs to just go ahead and dig in and let them get it out, because to me, it's a badge of honor. Kansas City wears that as a badge of honor. We faced adversity the entire playoffs, the entire run-up to the playoffs. Now we get to bask in that glory.
Oh, my gosh. I love it. Let's keep the party going. Tony, do you want to second that?
Yeah, I mean, just everything Dave said is right. The worst thing in sports is for your team to be loved by everybody else. Like, everybody loved the Browns, at least before this season, and they got cocky. You know why? Because they sucked. Everybody loves the Lions. You know why? Because they suck. Everybody loves the Jaguars because they suck. But everybody is going to hate the Chiefs for the next 10, 20 years because Mahomes is just so good that they won't be able to stop him.
Yeah, and hey, Larry, what would you consider, and Tony, I want to throw you in this one too, since you did a lot of research on this anyway. What do you guys consider the definition of having a dynasty? Like, for example, for me, I would say in a decade period, you have to get to 4 or 5 Super Bowls. You have to win at least 2 or 3 of them. Would you guys kind of agree, or what do you see as a dynasty?
I'd say you have to win 2 and go to 3 to be a dynasty. Like those Rams back in the day, they barely missed a cut. That, you know, it's, to me, a dynasty means you're constantly in that championship game and you're constantly winning them.
Larry, I know it's been a while for the Raiders to get to the playoffs and everything, but I mean, what? I'm not going to talk shit on somebody here. Come on, man.
We're about as we're a dynasty we're the backwards dynasty for getting our asses kicked. That's about right. We got a dynasty going backwards right now in reverse for damn sure. But what do you call it? For honestly, I do believe that the Patriots are without a doubt a dynasty within the last 2 decades. I mean, they won the AFC Championship for like 7 years, I think, before this year.
Actually 8 years, I believe.
8 years, like that's incredible. And then I know they had their 10 years without winning one, but they went in those 10 years, and it was tough. I mean, the Giants, they certainly don't like the Giants for that reason, but I'm just saying that in professional sports is pretty damn close. Okay, the Warriors, I wouldn't really consider. I mean, the Warriors and Cavaliers, they were going like back and forth. That was kind of annoying, like seeing them like 5 years in a row in the finals. I don't know if you really call that a dynasty because they were. I mean, maybe, but winning consistently, I think would be a dynasty. But I don't know. That's kind of on the fence. But honestly, I consider things like UConn a freaking dynasty, even though Oregon just took them behind the woodshed a couple days ago on Monday. But UConn, okay, Coach Gino Auriemma, they how many gosh damn titles do they have, that women's basketball team? Like, I once heard on, I think ESPN on SportsCenter that they are literally the best team of all time ever of any team, ever, in anything, professional or because they win so damn much. Their percentage is so much higher than everybody else's. I know that's women's basketball and, college basketball, but it is what it is. Look at the high school. De La Salle. To this day, bad football fan I know, I've never seen When the Game Stands Tall. I've never seen that movie. But the team up in Oakland, the high school team, De La Salle, or where are they at? It's somewhere up north, but they freaking went, 10, 11 years, literally undefeated. They did not lose a game for that long. I know it's because high school football, but those are things that ring okay, dynasty to me. I mean, I don't know if you would, Alabama for damn sure.
I think it's a little bit different in college and high school just because you can recruit and, there's no salary cap, there's none of that. In professional sports, especially the NFL, the NBA, it's so much harder to maintain a team over time. Like, look at the Warriors. They're so good for that, 5-year stretch, and then now they're just absolute garbage.
Well, I would put football in a completely different category. I mean, obviously excluding college and high school sports, but even in professional sports, the NBA, there's a soft cap. In baseball, there's a soft cap. I don't know enough about hockey. I would imagine there's something akin to a soft cap from what I've heard back and forth. I could be wrong on that. But to my knowledge, let's put it this way. Basketball, baseball, football are the trilogy of the top sports in America. Mm-hmm. Out of those sports, it's the only one with a hard cap to actually navigate and negotiate. And then you're doing it in the one sport where one player on that team can make or break your team. Think about this. If the Chicago Bears, with that defense that they have, and they do have a good amount of skill players on that team. If they had Deshaun Watkins, Deshaun Watkins, Mahomes, even Lamar Jackson, if they had taken almost any other quarterback in that draft, they probably would have been at least in these last 2 Super Bowls. I mean, their defense was just that choking. So it really comes down to one position in this league. As much as we talk about smothering defenses and good running games and dominant offensive and defensive lines, it really comes down to that one player on that team. And having to negotiate that player with the rest of the team under a salary cap once it comes time to pay them is difficult. And that's something that they be looking at, obviously, going forward. And I'm curious to see how they navigate that. I think we're in good hands right now. Better hands money-wise than we probably would have been with John Dorsey, no disrespect. But I do think that we can navigate that. But to me, that is something that really rings true in football more than it does in any other sport. The Patriots, for any of you Patriots fans that are listening, because I'm sure Chiefs were hashtagged in the tweet, so you got to be listening because we're in your head anyway. I will give you guys a little bit of credit. You're the best dynasty of all professional sports. You just are. Live in that moment and enjoy it. Stop trying to go to every other team that wins a Super Bowl and pissing on their parade like they just kicked your dog in the face. I mean, you literally own the best coach of all time, the best system quarterback of all time, and your team combined has gotten 6 rings. Mainly thanks to, kickers and defenses, but it's good. You have that. You can own that because, quite frankly, you're not going to own it again for another year in the next 20 years.
But yeah, one quarterback and one head coach winning 6 Super Bowls is unbelievable. Like no other team has more than 6. The Steelers have 6, but they won 4 in the 70s and 2 in the 2000s. But to win 6 just is unbelievable. Hopefully Mahomes can top that. But you're right. Everybody's talking about this huge deal he's going to get. I actually saw something this morning that he's actually working with the team, making sure, I don't know if he's going to take a pay cut necessarily, but he's making sure to work with them to structure it in a way that they can handle it well. So that's good news for our long-term future.
If I was Mahomes and Lee Steinberg, I would hold out until after the CBA. Obviously, I'd be having some preliminary talks. I know that everybody in the front office and Lee Steinberg are getting that inside information from the NFLPA and kind of what's going back and forth. But if I'm Mahomes, if I'm Lee Steinberg, and frankly, if I'm the Chiefs, I don't sign anything until the new CBA comes out because that could drastically increase cap. That could actually cap certain positional values. I mean, there's a lot of things that could play in both people's hands.
That'd be one reason to sign him before, or for Mahomes to want to sign him before, if that QB cap they're talking about comes to fruition. Because if he signs now, then he can be the last quarterback signed before that cap comes into effect, and he'd make so much more money that way.
And it would make sense if what you said, about him negotiating right now, that would make sense because that would sound like maybe that's the information they're getting. I remember about a month ago, there was some scuttlebutt about possibly putting a provision in where you're allowed to pay one player outside of the salary cap. So your salary cap, say it's 180, you could designate one player and say, okay, well, I'm going to pay him as much as I want. It doesn't count against the salary cap. Most teams obviously would do that with their quarterback, but if you got one, in the draft, like last year, if we had, had that provision, we'd say, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and pay Chris Jones, and he's not going to count against the cap. And then we would keep him.
Imagine how much Mahomes would make if that was the case.
You just own the city.
It's like, here's the team. You now own the team.
Can you imagine that? Yeah. And Heinz ketchup. I'm just kidding.
And Heinz ketchup, that's right.
I'll tell you what, guys.
I'm surprised he didn't side with Heinz ketchup. That's a little weird to me. That's
endorsement. No, you guys, seriously, I completely agree with Dynasty and your definition of it, and you're absolutely correct. But absolutely, gentlemen, you guys. So let's look really quick into the game. We only got, let me see here. Oh, actually, we got plenty of time, but. I do want to go ahead and jump in the chat room real quick because Taryn is literally blowing the damn thing up. So appreciate you, Taryn. Thank you so much for joining us, brother. By the way, big ups to Marcus as well. Marcus loves great. Check it out, y'all. If you want boxing and combat sports at its best, trust me, guys, you want to tune in Tuesday nights. 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern. Marcus Loves Great talks more shit than you could imagine, but it's the truest. It's the best. I love it. I love, too, because we have this ongoing thing of Joshua Wilder, where I just put 2 years later every time in the chat room. I'm like, Joshua Wilder 2024, 2026, 2028, 2030 next time. I'm just saying, because that fight's probably not going to ever happen, which is going to piss me off. Anyway, so, until they're really old, like Pacquiao and Mayweather. Anyway, so... But check out his show. Big ups to Marcus Loves Great, as well as Taryn. Big ups to him, man. His show, trust me, y'all, the world of volleyball is a lot better than you think it is. Awesome stuff. He covers professional, college, everything volleyball. Awesome stuff. Set Point with Mr. Taryn Rodriguez on Mondays, 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern. So check him out. Big ups to Mr. Taryn Rodriguez in the chat room. So Taryn says here, good afternoon. Have a great show. Good afternoon to you as well, brother. Thank you, man. Can't believe the NFL season is over, but it's on to the XFL. Absolutely. I'm excited for that. Oh my gosh, I'm excited for that. So the show's coming up in about an hour and a half. Anyway, he says, calling it right now, Charger. Stop it. I think that was a joke. That had to have been a joke, Taryn. You guys want...
Chargers winning the West next year?
No, guys. He went further.
Why they've been calling it for 9 years? Might as well call it again.
He went further, guys. He went further.
Okay.
He said Lombardi.
Hey, what quarterback y'all gonna have next year?
I know.
Don't get me wrong. Whatever quarterback you have is probably going to be better than Phillip Rivers, but I mean, it is what it is. We're adept at making Los Angeles quarterbacks cry. It's not a big deal. We've done it to every Raiders quarterback in the last 6 years, and we're going to do it to every Chargers quarterback. Nothing scares me about the Chargers. Hey, Tanner, man, much respect for how much you love your team, but Lombardi isn't really in your future. I say that with all love and respect, okay? Except for that I hate your team and don't respect them at all.
So
I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding.
It's all good. I think he was joking around. But Taryn says, I'm willing to bet that Andy Reid will be getting all the cheeseburgers in Kansas City. I'd say that Andy Reid should share those cheeseburgers with Kyle Shanahan, but there's fear he might choke that away. That was a joke he said the other day on one of the chat rooms, I think, because Kyle Shanahan choked 2 teams in the Super Bowl. Very funny, Taryn. But yeah, then he put De La Salle's in Concord. Thank you. Yeah, it's in Concord, California. Then he says here, I think a NFL dynasty would be making the playoffs 8 to 10 times in the decade, winning playoff games at least once a year, depending on how many teams or how many times they made the playoffs in the decade, and winning a Super Bowl 2 to 4 times. That's just me. The Patriots are indeed a dynasty, yes. And then he continues to go on. Let's see here. Then he says, okay, last thing. Actually, he says 2 more things. Oh, he thinks he's funny. I'm about to roast Taryn, guys. I'm sorry. But okay, so Taryn says the Kansas City Chiefs need to ship Ryan Fitzpatrick a Super Bowl ring. Without the Dolphins beating the Patriots in Week 17, the Patriots have a... I didn't even know that. Yeah,
he made it a lot easier for us.
That's something.
He was a contributor, yes.
That is awesome. He says, yeah, the Patriots have a first-round bye, and the Chiefs would be more than likely face the Patriots in Foxborough in the divisional round, but again, that's just me. And then he put...
I still think we would have won the Super Bowl, but, those extra games, especially on the road, you never know. There's injury possibilities. It's just so much tougher, but, we beat the Patriots on the road earlier in the season.
You did.
We beat the Ravens, although it was in Kansas City, so that wouldn't have been a big deal. So, actually, the 2 teams we ended up facing were the 2 teams that we lost to during the season. So, even though we kind of got an easier slate because of the Titans beating the Patriots and Ravens, we beat the Patriots and Ravens, but lost to the Texans and Titans, who we ended up facing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it was a revenge tour, man.
It was, and it was a great playoffs. And then he wants to put, and I think Taryn I think he's messing around, but yeah, I'll mess around back. He put Raiders haven't won jack squat there in like forever. You're absolutely right. 1984, I wasn't even born yet, was the last time the Raiders won a Super Bowl. But we have 3 of those things. Chargers don't have any. Bucks,
One time, that time, we're the biggest underdogs in Super Bowl history.
There are teams that have left our division that have more Super Bowls than the Chargers. So, hey, if you want to go off his definition of what a dynasty is, then I guess technically you got to go back a couple of years throughout the Chiefs and say, man, we've been to the playoffs every year under Reid except for one. We did have a playoff win before Mahomes started, and ever since Mahomes started, Mahomes is 4-1 in the playoffs, y'all.
Well said.
4-1 in the playoffs.
Well said.
So, now we're on year 5 or 6, I guess, to go into the playoffs with a Super Bowl. So, according to Taryn, our division rival friend, if we get one more Super Bowl, we're a dynasty. Thank you, Taryn. I appreciate you lifting up my team, brother.
We need a Bronco.
Chiefs, and you know it.
we need a Bronco in here. We just need a Bronco. We do. We need a Bronco. But how he says here, y'all are really making the ring jokes. How unoriginal. Shake my head. Well, when you get a ring, I'm sorry. When you get one, then you talk to us, because everyone in the division has a ring, but you guys. So sorry.
Taryn, I haven't been able to say we have a ring in my entire life, and even when I was able to. You know what I got back? Oh, well, back when it was on black and white TV, do you play it on your 8-track player? Do you listen to it through a Vodafone? We get it, okay? We've gotten it from the Raiders the entire time. We've been getting it from the Broncos for the last 30, 40 years. We get it, man. It's just, little brother, y'all got to catch up. Y'all don't have any.
I know.
Come on, man.
It's going to piss me off when you guys surpass us. It really is. It's going to really piss me off. Because we're not winning a damn thing. We're so damn terrible. But I don't care. I'll admit. I'm such a diehard. I just admit it. I don't. It is what it is. I can't say anything. So anyway, guys. Then he puts the Chiefs are a dynasty. The Chargers won the AFL Championship. That's something. Yeah. And no.
I'm gonna let you have it, Tara.
Yeah, Tara, you can have that.
Friday night. You know, I'll drink with you for that one, all right?
Raise the glass. So, gentlemen, really quick, we love Tara. Hey, we love you, brother. So Chargers need a new owner. I think we can all agree on that one. But
yeah, I think that's pretty that's pretty specific.
It really is. So, gentlemen, let's get into this damn game and just have some fun with it. We got about 20 minutes left with you guys. So let's just get into the game, talk some stats, talk some shit. I don't care. Let's have some fun, damn it, because we've been having fun the entire time. But this is Chiefs Day, gentlemen. This is Chiefs Day on IE Sports Radio. You know, well damn deserved. Credit where credit is due. I am so happy for Andy Reid and the entire Chiefs organization. I am just ecstatic for this team. So let's get into the game real quick. So first quarter, I'm telling you guys, well, I said it on the defining moment, but it was a tale, in the first half, it was a tale of halves of quarters, and in the second half, it was a tale of 2 quarters. So, what do I mean by that? You guys already know what I mean, but to everybody listening, what do I mean? Well, it would start off with it would start out with, I think, back-to-back 3-and-outs, which is pretty awesome, but then Robbie Gould would nail a 38-yard field goal, awesome, with 7:57 to go in the first quarter, 3-0 Niners. Then, right after that, I think it was the next drive, am I right, gentlemen, where
that's right. Actually, until the fourth quarter, the 49ers did not punt a single time.
That's
the
incredible.
only time they did not score was when Garoppolo had an interception.
That was awesome. I love Andy Reid's, like, screw this, we're not punting type of deal. Like, let's play Madden in real life. Like, I don't care. Like, I loved that. Like, he was all about, because you know what? He knows. You gotta gamble and you gotta make it happen, and he did that.
Well,
so.
he broke his stigmas. A lot of his stigmas were obviously, number one, being clock management, which he broke this postseason, but definitely the whole he gets conservative sometimes stigma was absolutely broken in this game with 2 fourth down, right, Tony? 2 fourth down. Now, keep in mind, I was drinking a lot of whiskey. I believe it was 2 fourth down conversions. One with the 1948 Rose Bowl play where everybody did the greatest dance move since Thriller to go ahead and get set up for a Damian Williams touchdown, but then he had another one too that kind of kept an entire drive going, so it really did. It brought new life to Andy Reid's career. It was fantastic.
I am so excited. It really was, and I'm so excited for him to have been able to break through those and make something happen and really just prove to everybody, like, you know what, here's the finger. I mean, he's such a nice guy, he wouldn't say that, but I'm just saying, you know what, for all the Andy Reid fans out there, you can say that. It is what it is. So, Patrick Mahomes will get them down the field. The entire offense would be on a mission. 1 yard carry into the end zone. Patrick Mahomes will score 7-0 now after Harrison Butker with the extra point. With 31 seconds to go in the first quarter, 7-3 Chiefs, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Then we get in the second quarter, and it would be the reverse. Then we get a field goal. Harrison Butker with a 31-yard field goal with 9:32 to go in the second quarter. Chiefs go up by 7 points, 10-3. And then probably one of the most athletic plays I've seen ever out of a fullback, which is pretty sweet. And, of course, from a dude who is just an absolute monster. I mean, I love to say that fullbacks are just linebackers on offense, and that's exactly what Kyle Juszczyk is. And Jimmy G to Kyle Juszczyk, 15 yards into the end zone. Robbie Gould with the extra point, and with 5:05 to go in the second quarter, it is now a tie game, 10-10, and then we have
extra points for anybody who can spell Juszczyk's name on the first try without looking. Go.
So true. I have to look.
Slovakian. Nobody knows how to spell that dude's name. It's just J's and Z's and vowels. That's all it is.
Vowels. It's so true, man.
I'll for you right now. JUSZCZYK.
Well, that's not fair because you're basically Goodwill Hunting, okay? I meant for normal people.
Looking at it right here, but I wanted to trick you.
I love this. Gentlemen, this is awesome. So into the second, then we get the most amazing halftime performance ever in the history of sports, in my opinion. Then after that, we have the third quarter. This is where gentlemen, I know you have faith in your team, but a part of you had to have been dying at this point, because I kind of thought they were going to run away, because oh my gosh, damn it, they're on to Reid, they got him, they're going to run away with this thing, because we get the field goal, which didn't really worry. It's a damn field goal, okay? Robbie Gould, 42-yard field goal with 9:29 to go in the third quarter. Guess what? Niners take the lead. Yay, 13-10. Then it looked like it was some struggle for both defense, and then you have Raheem Mostert with a 1 yard run into the end zone. Robbie Gould with the extra point. 2:35 to go in the third quarter, 20-10, and I was kind of already writing up my tweet for the Niners to win it because I thought they were going to run away with this thing. But silly me, Andy Reid and this entire Chiefs team is not to be taken lightly. And guess what? They showed that in the fourth quarter. And it wasn't even just the fourth quarter, guys. It was the second half of the fourth quarter. We get to the halfway point of the fourth quarter.
Hold on real quick, Larry. Hold on real quick. To touch on your third quarter there, and you were talking about how some of us lost faith. You're right. I don't want to admit that. I don't think any Chiefs fan wants to admit that, especially the offseason we have. But real quick, we have a tradition in my household. You know, those little airplane shots, those little mini things you get, single serving shots, right? Okay. So we buy a sleeve, a 10-pack of those, and, you know, we have one at kickoff, we have one at the start of the second quarter, one over halftime, one at kickoff third quarter, one at kickoff fourth quarter, okay? Between me and my wife, that's all 10. I had bought a spare second pack because whether or not I had to celebrate a victory or mourn a loss, I was going to need those other 10 shots, right? By the end of the third quarter, that second sleeve only had 2 shots left in it, and I was the one who took the other 8. I was trying to drink my team to victory, but you know what? As they get into the fourth quarter here, you'll see that I was a key component to us winning the Super Bowl.
You know what? Thank you, Dave. I mean, for all Chiefs fans, that is, because, oh my gosh, he must have been shit-faced, but I that would have been amazing, because seriously, that was awesome, because, yes, gentlemen, first things first, you're a brave soul. Dave, you can handle your booze, brother. You can handle it, because that would knock some people on their ass. So, I'll tell you right now, you're a tough dude, man. You're one tough guy, number one. And number two thing, yes, these Chiefs are one tough team as well, just like they're one of their diehard fans here, because at the 7-minute mark, which is like right around the halfway, I mean 15-minute quarters, you think in the 7th minute, pretty much from the 8th to the 7th minute, that's the halfway point, and it's still looking like how it was. 10-point lead, and honestly I thought, okay, this is going to be it. The Niners are going to break one somewhere, they're going to score, and that's going to be the game. Damn, okay, well, is what it is. Hey, good game, cool. And then the Chiefs were like, they did their best Lee Corso freaking, what do you call it, impersonation possible. Not so fast, because Patrick Mahomes will hit Travis Kelce for a 1-yard pass into the end zone. Harrison Butker with the extra point. It is now 20-17, okay, Niners, so 3-point lead, and 6:13 to go in the game. Then we get into Patrick Mahomes to Damian Williams for a 5-yard pass into the end zone. After that, that's with 2:44 to go in the game, and as now the Chiefs take the lead by 4 points, 24-20, and then, gentlemen, help me out here, I'm drawing a blank, but
Damian Williams.
Yeah, well, who got
Damian
the pick,
Williams,
though?
The 38-yard. Oh, the pick was the second pick was Rashad Fenton, right, Tony?
Yeah, the Fuller was the one that ended the game.
But the first pick.
Yeah, Fuller got the second one.
Before that, whenever it was 24-20 and the 49ers had it, they went to 4th down, and he was sacked by Frank Clark. That was when he tried to throw it away. And they said that, he was down before he did that.
Yeah. That was a total deer in the headlights moment from Jimmy G, man. That was just a total...
The second one.
The second one. His
first pick was definitely deer in the headlights, too.
That was bad. So my apologies for anyone who got that first pick. But after that, then we would have Williams just break one, man. And it's like the Niners just gave up. I don't want to say they gave up, but Williams looked like he was just running like a Monday morning jog. Like homeboy was going, okay? 38 yards to the house. The Niners they weren't even interested in stopping him, okay? They were like, you know what, we freaking lost. And even if they would have tried up, they wouldn't have caught him, okay? But it was...
Well, I mean, the thing is that if he had slid down, that would have ended the game, because they only had 2 timeouts at that point, and there was 1:20 left. So even if they had tackled him, they would have had to force him out of bounds to stop the clock. But if they tackled him in bounds, the Chiefs would have been able to run out the clock and win it right there. So it basically was over for them at that point.
It really was, and you're right. So that was a good call, and that was it. So Damian Williams runs into the end zone, 38 yards. Harrison Butker with the extra point. It is now 31-20 with 1:12 to go in the game, and then the final pick of the game. Jimmy G and his boys get out there. One last gasp of air. They're down 11. They're going to need an onside. They're going to need all kinds of stuff to even get them back in striking distance, if you will. And gentlemen, that was it. Fuller with the pick. Game over. After that, watching Patrick Mahomes take the knee, it was just incredible. Gentlemen, let's take a look at the stats real quick here. Only on the winning side. Sorry, Niners, but winning side, I always do this. Mahomes went 26 for 42. You know what? Not a bad day at the office to help percentages at this point in time. You're winning the biggest game of your life at this point. 286 yards. He threw 2 picks, but who cares? He threw 2 touchdowns to make up for it. Then you have Williams. He passed the century mark. Okay, 17 carries, 104 yards, 1 touchdown, and then you have Tyreek Hill, another just a huge X factor in this game for the Chiefs. 9 receptions and 105 yards. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kansas City Chiefs did their thing. What big numbers! What a big day, gentlemen. Anything you want to add more for the stats? Whatever you want to add, the floor is yours. Have fun.
Well, you're talking about how the comeback was that, the Chiefs, with, 7 minutes left, it seemed like they were dead in the water. And then 6 minutes of game time later, the 49ers were dead in the water. They were down 10. Like, such a quick turnaround is unbelievable. From down 10 to up 10. And they've done it every single game in the playoffs. It's hard to believe how they've done it so consistently.
And I firmly believe that after being down 24-0 against the Texans and then taking the lead at the half, and then down 10 points against the Titans and taking the lead going into the half, that Mahomes just took the offense aside and said, guys, listen, if we want to make history in the Super Bowl, we can't do it in the first half. We got to do it in the second half, okay? That's what's going to get people to talk. Let's just go ahead and spot them a little bit of a lead. But no, here's something that somebody brought up on Twitter today. Credit for this. I did not find this out myself, and I wish I could remember his name so I can give him credit. But if you guys remember the Kansas City Royals, when they went and won the World Series championship, that particular team, just like the Chiefs this year, did kind of like our anthem song because of Travis Kelce was the Beastie Boys. You got to fight for your right to party, right? And then the 2014 Royals, when they got to the World Series and they didn't win it, it was that other song. Anyway,
it was like 1728 or something like that.
No. Their 2015 championship team, the song was 1738. Okay, keep in mind, Damian Williams' last run where he scored that back-breaking touchdown was his 17th carry of the game and went for 38 yards. 17, 38. Like, that is amazing to me. The numbers just make too much sense. So,
and we beat the San Francisco team that the Royals lost to in the World Series the year before.
That's right. And what's her name that sang the national anthem? I don't listen to her much, but
Demi Lovato.
Demi Lovato sang the national anthem during the World Series. The World Series championship that the Royals won. So I am, for one, going to go ahead and lobby for Demi Lovato to sing the national anthem at every championship game a Kansas City team is playing in from here on out.
So more connection to those Royals were also comeback kids for people who aren't in Kansas City. They were down, I think Dave said it, they were down big against the Astros in the divisional round, I think.
Yeah, down 6 runs in the 8th, yes.
Yeah, not only in that game, but in the series they were down at that point as well and then came roaring back. But even in the World Series, they won in 5 games, and in every single game, they trailed at some point in the game. Like in Game 5, when they clinched it, they were down 2 runs until like the 8th or 9th inning or something.
You know what? For a flyover state, we sure as hell make championships real damn interesting, don't we?
You sure do. And I'll tell you what, it's funny that you guys brought up the Royals because as a diehard Raider fan, and you guys as a diehard Royal fans, you already know where I'm going. We share one of the most freakish, incredibly amazing athletes either game has ever saw, man. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It is incredible, man. Hey, Bo knows baseball, Bo knows football, man. So it's awesome to think that, And so you guys, I'll tell you what, this has been awesome. I'm so glad I was able to have you guys here on today's show. And seriously, I'm so excited for what's to come. But you know what? This isn't even about next season. This is about right now. And that's how we're going to end this thing. So the last question I have for you guys this has got to be the fun one because gosh damn it, why not? I mean, we have a couple minutes here left, and let's do this, guys. Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce has a brother And his brother had quite the, my gosh, one of the greatest speeches ever for their parade. And I loved it because it was like he just hit everybody in the mouth who just called them too slow, too old, too whatever, all of that good stuff. And then Kelce, okay, Travis Kelce gets up there and my gosh, what a damn speech. Gentlemen, I just want to know, and I know who you're going with already, so it's pointless to even ask, but what about that Travis Kelce speech, guys? Like, really?
It's amazing how much everybody hates Dee Ford on the Chiefs. Like, everybody's just constantly like, oh, we weren't offsides this time. We got the real good 55 this time. Yeah, I've never seen anything like that, honestly. Like, I've never seen anybody, like a team so openly hate one player. Like, usually it's behind closed doors, they're, amicable about it in public, but just, you can tell that really pissed them off when D4 lined up offsides.
Tony, stop. I'm writing an article on this, so I don't want to stop it away, okay? Yeah, spoiler alert. No, there's some thought processes that go behind why he said that, but I'm going to blow your mind because I know, Larry, that you were like, I know whose side you're going to pick, yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to lie. I thought Travis Kelce's speech was great. I thought it was fun. I don't think it was as good as Johnny Gomes' speech during the Kansas City Royals speech. I really don't. But hey, I'm going to blow everybody's mind even more, and I'm sorry, Kansas City Chiefs fans. Jason Kelce had the better speech. He dressed up like the Sultan from Aladdin.
He did! I mean, come on, dude!
like Travis Kelce had a $20,000 jacket on that, had all his beer on it, but, that was kind of cool. But he did say some funny things. But dude literally was so drunk, he trailed off into like a World War I reference at some point. And realized like, shit, wait a minute, we're talking about football. That's right. And it kind of came back. Like, it was fun. It was entertaining. Johnny Gomes was better, and I do think his brother was better. But, hey, Travis, all due respect, because I think you could probably beat me up with your left knee if it was in a cast. But all due respect, I'd love to have a beer with you. Your speech just was third best, in my opinion. Just three. So that's all I'm saying.
I actually like Mahomes is better, if only because of that, my knee was on the side of my leg comment. That was awesome.
Hey, if we had more time to talk on it, that's another thing I want to touch on. Maybe I'll do that on the Chop Talk podcast. So if anybody's curious, my thoughts on exactly what Mahomes said and a different perspective on it, make sure you tune into that. But yeah, I got a little angle to take on that. But yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. And real quick there, I think you said you have an angle on that. I'm sorry, I don't know why it kind of cut out right there at the end, but if that's not what you said, please make sure to repeat yourself real quick. But good sir, both of you guys, I'm telling you, that was absolutely awesome, and I'm just so glad that you were able to have the bowl that you have been. I mean, 1970 is 50 freaking years. I mean, that is a long-ass time. Like, it's hilarious, because I even was telling, like, it was funny after the, like, it was so crazy. After the game, like, I was thinking of, like, all these different things. I'm thinking to myself, like, 1970, like, I wasn't here for damn near 20 years later. I was like, okay, well, that's something. And I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, my mom was 6 and my dad was 8. I was like, gosh, damn it. Like,
bro, they just landed on the moon, okay? Like, yeah, that's how long ago it was. It's been literally astronomically a long freaking time. So, it's, literally, oh man, it's nuts.
It's so
the photographs were black and white. So, I mean,
it was incredible. But I'll tell you what, guys, you guys are proud fans, and you're really excited for that. So with that said, you just brought up your podcast, so by all means, gentlemen, do what you do. We have a few minutes left. I don't even care if you take a little bit longer. I don't care. Please, spread the word, spread your social media, spread all the good stuff you want to spread out there, man, and put out there on the iSports Radio waves, man, because I'll tell you what, it has been an absolute honor having you on all season long, Dave. Tony, I'm bummed that we couldn't get you sooner, brother, but I'm glad that you're here now. Next year, I can't wait to get you guys on as much as possible. I'm really excited for this, so let's do this thing, gentlemen. You know what to do. Who you write for, your podcast, your Twitter handles, whatever else you want to share. Do your thing. The floor is yours. Have fun.
Hey, first and foremost, I mean, at any given Sun Dave, on the Twitter machine is where you could probably find me. Number one shout out, since it ended up absolutely being a dominant, obvious podcast for the website, arrowheadguys.com. It's run by Anthony Stratton. You can find him on Twitter at Anthony TA, the number 2 and U as in the letter. He's the guy who heads us all up. It's been up for a little bit over a year now, and it's doing amazing things. There's a lot of giveaways, a lot of videos, a lot of really good guys that write for the site, film breakdowns, analytics, especially when it comes to the draft coming up. If you're in any way curious about the Chiefs, make sure you visit arrowheadguys.com. You visit the Chop Talk podcast, plenty of other ones, First and 15 podcast on our network. We also got the Mitko show on our network. All really good ones. Also, Destroy the World is on the network. Look forward to a new name change because we just found out that apparently that doesn't work well and play well with demographics, so we're changing that up. But make sure you hit me up on Twitter to get all that new information. And yeah, once again, arrowheadguys.com, man. That's where the magic happens. That's where babies are made. Tony, you got it?
Yep. My Twitter handle is AJSummer1. Summer is with an O because my ancestors were German and they don't know how to spell correctly. I'm also a contributor on Arrowhead Guys. I just had an article today, as I mentioned earlier, about Mahomes' Hall of Fame case after 2 years. And as far as Arrowhead Guys go, one thing Dave forgot to mention is our YouTube channel, which has really taken off lately. Our most popular video is She Thinks My Patrick Sexy, which Dave is featured in. It actually just, right around the Super Bowl, passed 200,000 views, so we're really happy about that. So yeah, go check that out as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, please go check out all of these things. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. I'm going to go check them out as well because like I told you guys, it doesn't matter. Like, yes, the rivalry will always be there, yeah, but I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, and I've said it last week on the show after the heated, that was an incredible debate, probably one of the best primetime face-offs we've ever had here on IA Sports Radio, on 3 and Out, and on 3 and Out College Edition, because we've also had a couple debates on 3 and Out College Edition before, but I'll tell you what, this was incredible, and you guys, man, I mean, that was awesome. But as I always like to quote the head of our PR department, Miss Meg Renee, I love her, she's amazing, does so many great things for iSports Radio. She always says that, at the end of the day, no matter what, football is family, and you know what, it really is. So no matter what, your team hates my team hates your team, whatever it is.
Right.
That's what it's all about, man. We both love the same game, and that's all there is to it. And you know what? Yeah, we're probably not friends for those 3 hours. After the game, you know what? Hey, it is what it is. Hey, you know what? I love it, because that's what it's all about, y'all. So, gentlemen, once again, I appreciate you both for spending some time here today on the show with me. And for spending some time for Dave all season long, well, for the majority of the dang season. And I look forward to having you guys back as soon as possible. I mean, really, maybe for the combine or for the draft. Maybe we're gonna have lots of different shows and all different types of theme shows, of course, here on 3 and Out for like the draft and for the combine and all kinds of stuff. So if you guys want to jump on and share your thoughts, I mean, I'd be definitely love to have you back. But with that said, gentlemen, thank you very much. As I always say, take care to the both of you. God bless you and your families. I look forward to speaking with you both very soon. Have a wonderful evening, gentlemen, and congratulations once again on your team winning their second Super Bowl in franchise history and their first since 1970.
Amen, man. God bless y'all. God bless the NFL. We look forward to talking again next year anytime we get the chance.
Yep. Thanks a lot.
Sounds good, guys. Take care.
Take care.
All right, y'all. That will do it. Once again, what a show. What a great show, man. I love my guests, man. I have the best people. I'm telling you. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna do it. My gosh, what a Super Bowl. What a season. And another season of 3 and Out comes to a close. I can't believe this. As Terrence said earlier in the chat room, I mean, football's over. It's crazy. Yes, the XFL is back. I'm really excited for that, and we'll be back in about an hour. Actually, I'll be back for a show coming up in about an hour. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so damn excited for what's to come. Not just with football, but with our network as well. I mean, we have so many great shows. We're growing. We're up to like 17, 18 shows now, and this is seriously one of the coolest seasons we've ever had on 3 and Out, and they just continue to get better. They really do. Season 7 kicks off in a couple of weeks. Well, it's kind of the off season, but Season 7 gets underway in in July. As I told you, mark calendars, y'all. July 20th, we're getting ready to do our thing, get back at it. But with that said, oh man, this is so tough. This is always so tough to do. But y'all know the drill. Ladies and gentlemen, one last time this season. Kill the music! 'Cause we're out of here!
Damn! Green team! Set! Hey!
Alright, y'all, that's gonna do it. What a season. Seriously, what a season that was. I am just so happy that we had a chance to have another great season here. We have been so blessed. I've been so blessed with my amazing team here at IE Sports Radio, and just no matter what, all in all, I have the greatest team ever. I'm just so happy, and I love my team, and big ups to every one of you. I love my listeners. I love our listeners. You're all awesome, and as I always say, all glory to God, y'all. That's right. All glory to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Without Him, nothing is possible. None of us, none of anything is possible without our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So I just gotta say that, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a crazy year. By the way, I got a couple notes here from Taryn. Taryn says, just a reminder, Set Point is returning to its normal time Tuesdays. Sorry about that, y'all. 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern. Then he says, he has a couple more notes, but sorry, Taryn, can't get to those. But he's talking about his Chargers. But he does say here, Kyle Shanahan is going to petition to make Super Bowl 3 quarters instead of 4 quarters. Calling it right now. Very funny. And he says, and of course, I read this earlier on one of the chat rooms at Terrence, and he says, rest in eternal peace to Swagger, the Cleveland Browns mascot. All dogs go to heaven. Oh, man. So, yes, absolutely. Rest in peace to Swagger. No matter what, hey, I know we may rip on the Browns and whoever else, but, oh, poor doggy, poor puppy. So, rest in peace, Swagger. Rest in everlasting peace, Swagger. And the football world loves you. We love you. So, I gotta tell you right now, y'all, this has been a great season, and I'm so bummed that's gotta end. But you know what? All great things, not all great things, because I feel like, hey, at the end of the day, we're immortal. We go with God when our time is done here, and we're forever, through God. But I'll tell you right now, this has been a great season. I'm bummed that's got to be done with. But hey, we're starting up a new season for the XFL for Goal Line Stand in just 1 hour. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it. Make sure to follow us all as a whole on IE Sports Radio. At IE Sports Radio. Give us a like on Facebook. We certainly like that. Give us a follow as well at IE Sports Radio on Instagram. You can follow me on Larry B at VTHEE_LB53. On Twitter, you can also follow us. Check out our website at IESportsRadio.com. I know I got to upgrade a little bit. Actually, a lot of it. A lot. I do got upgraded a lot, but anyway, y'all, that is going to be that. Taryn, thanks, man. This is a great show, Larry B, and great finale as well. Hey, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, all of you, for tuning in all season long. To all of our listeners, to all of our guests, I love you all. Thank you so much for making 3 and Out what it is, and we'll see you in a few weeks for the Combine. This has been 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.